This week, ATR caught up with Border City Blue Jay Reuben Baker to find out what it's like to be in their lineup and get some advice on adjusting your hitting approach for better success at the plate.
Baseball, it's a thinking man's sport a little bit more. It can be a lull pace, and then there's that explosion, and you have to be paced. And I've always been attached to those thinking games and that kind of aspect, and I think that's what triggers for me the most. Reuben Baker, number 12, first base for the Border City Blue Jays. I started playing fastball when I was 5, actually, and the league didn't start until you're supposed to be 6, but got in underage. And then baseball started in my community at the age of 10. It was actually a Pee Wee league, which doesn't start till 12, but I played 2 years underage for that. So I started playing both at the age of 10, and then at the age of 12, my parents made me choose one, and that was a clear choice to play baseball. So I've been playing that since the age of 10 until today. So throughout career, chosen to a couple select teams, but for the most part, my community team achieved very well. In midget, we went to Western Canadians, finishing 3rd there, and provincials throughout. Our best finish was 2nd place for that, and last year for men's we finished 3rd as well in the province. Well, my job brought me to the community, and then one way of meeting people in a new community is to get active in the community, and this was the best way to go about doing that. So I got in contact with somebody that connected me with the Jays, and that's how it started with them. This is my 4th year. Gradually, in theory, getting better every year. First year was interesting, obviously, them getting used to me and me getting used to them, and figuring out what works best for us as a team. And then over the years, we've added pieces and continue to kind of do that in the hopes of improving every year. Big thing why I enjoy our team is we are all similar age, and for the most part have this similar experience, and through that we have that kind of bond, and like I said, it does work out on and off the field to have some friendships develop that way. Knowing the other teams around, I'm thankful to be a member of this team, and I think they would say the same thing. So consistency with anything, it's tough when you're only doing it once or twice a week. So the biggest thing is getting consistency, and then in our league especially, the pitching can vary quite rapidly. So you can face a guy that can chuck fairly well, and then you can face a pitcher that really doesn't, and to adapt and change to those speeds is always a challenge. And then and one aspect too is just adjusting to the umpire. What's going to be your strike zone for that day, and adjust accordingly is always a learning lesson every game. That's not set in stone, so that's always something that you react to on a game-by-game basis. I've coached in the past some bantam select teams for Alberta provincials and things like that, and that's something I enjoy. Being a teacher, that's an aspect that has always appealed to me as well. I'd like to develop more and more into that leadership role, kind of help with the coaching aspect a little bit, and kind of just look to as a steady member and consistent, and can, with anything, be reliable and that kind of stuff. I think when I was younger, you tried some different stuff, but for the most part, try to keep it pretty simple. Might go a little old school with the reference, but John Olerud was a left-handed hitter like myself, and kind of kept it really quiet, and I try and do the same somewhat with that, but definitely no mimic stance or anything like that. For me, it can sometimes change depending on how well I'm doing at the plate, but this year I start with a little bit of a closed stance, which just basically means that my front foot is closer to the plate than my back foot. And with a baseball swing, it doesn't really matter how you start. It's all about how you finish, and you want your finish to be back towards the pitcher. And my swing, like I said, I try and keep it quiet, try and keep a lot of movement out of it, and just keep that stride short and to the point. And overall, find that that's the best technique for me.
When ATR returns, we'll see that technique as Reuben breaks down the fundamentals that have made him successful this season.